Welcome, kindergartners. This is week 3, lesson 11. Hi, here are some things that you can do every day to strengthen your literacy skills. Please watch the alphabet chant video. Read the decodable reader for the week. Practice your high frequency words. Make sure you read for 20 minutes and complete a reading log entry. It's also important to practice our handwriting. Practice with letters A through Z, high frequency words, CBC words, and practice writing short and simple sentences.
Hi boys and girls, welcome back to Virtual Learning Day 11. My name is Mrs. Briegel and I'll be your virtual teacher today. I'm so excited that you're here to learn with me and I can't wait to see what new things we're going to explore. Are you ready to get started? Here we go. We're going to start with the transition song. Sit down and come together, together, together. Sit down and come together, together right now. It's time to practice sounds and blend them together. Let's practice our high frequency words and write them down. Okay, so you're sitting and you're ready. We're going to move on to some high frequency words. High frequency words are so important for you as a proficient reader. Knowing these words will help you read so many things. Let's get started with the first word here on your slide. Do you know that word? It's the word R. A-R-E-R. Can you say the word R? Good. Let's read it at the same time. Ready? Read it. R. Good. Can you read it again to me? Very good. If there's someone in the room, can you turn and read the word to them? If not, I'm listening. Very good. Reading the word R is one of many words that will make you a great reader. Pat on the back, and let's move on to the next word. This is our next word. Do you know this word? This is the word with. W-I-T-H, with. Can I hear you say with? Great job. Can you read it with me? Here we go. With. Very good. When you see this word, you will say what word? With. Thank you. Can you turn to someone in the room and say this word? With. Very good. Super job. Pat on the back. Let's move on to the next word. Now we're going to move on to a sound drill. A sound drill is when we look at letters and we say what sound they make. The sounds we're going to practice this week are all vowels. Hey, reminds me of a fast song I'd like to teach you. It's called the vowel rap, and it goes like this. A, E, I-O-U are the vowels I can say for you. Do it again now. A, E, I-O-U. You can say them too. Oh, yeah. It's a fun way to remember the 5 vowels. A, E, I, O, and U. But we're going to start today by focusing on this first vowel. Do you see it there in the box? I know you know what letter it is. What letter is that? A, but we're going to focus on the sound that it makes. The sound for A, the vowel A, is ah, 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 like an alligator. Can you remember that sound? What sound do you see in the box? Ah, excellent. Can you say it with me? Here we go. Ah. A makes the short vowel sound of ah. Here we go to the next one. Here's another vowel in this box. It's the I, but do you know what sound the short I makes? Eh. It makes the sound eh, like itch. Eh. Can you say it with me? Eh. Can you say it to me? Good job. What sound do you see in that box one more time? Eh. Excellent. Pat on the back. Let's look at the next one. The last vowel sound we're going to practice today is for the letter U, the short sound for U. The short sound for U is like umbrella. And what does an umbrella do? It goes up. And that's the sound short U makes. Can you say it? Good. Let me hear you just say the sound one time with me. Good. Can you say it to me one more time? What's the short sound for you? Very good. Excellent job. Now we're going to put some of these sounds together to make some words. Now is when we get to put all your hard work together. We're going to take the sounds that you've practiced earlier today and the vowels we just practiced, and we're going to read some words. On the screen, you see a word. How many letters are in that word? 3. There are 3 letters in that word. You're right. What 3 sounds do those letters make? D-I-P. Let's see if we can say the sounds. D, I, P. D, I, P. I wonder what they are put together. Dip, dip. Do you know the word? Dip. Excellent. Let's go on to the next one. Here's another word with 3 letters. Let's say the 3 sounds that we see in this word. Build it with me on your fingers. K, A, B. Let's do it again. K, A, B. Cab. Can you blend the word together for me? I'm listening. Cab. You've got it. High five. Let's do the next one. Now I see a word with 4 letters, but wait a minute. Look at the highlights underneath. Do you remember that ending sound, 2 letters, only makes 1 sound? Do you remember what that sound is? Yes, shh. Let's remember that SH makes the shh sound. So let's quickly blend this word. Sh, sh. Put them together. Hush. Let me hear you. Good job. Hush. Now we're on to the learning part of our lesson. Let's start with the song. If you know the words, sing it with me. Gather round together and listen up well. We're going to read a story that you can retell. When we read a story, you will grow. At the end of the story, you'll tell back what you know. Here we go. Here are the learning targets for today. I can retell the events from a story, Josh's New Home. I see a word is circled in this target, retell. We're going to tell again what's happened in this story. And our second target is, using evidence from the text, I can answer questions about the story, Josh's New Home. Again, I see something circled. I'm going to answer questions. How am I going to do that? By using evidence, listening and using words and things that happened in the story about Josh's new home. Are you ready to read about Josh? Let's see what happens to him this week. Listen carefully as I read you today's story called Josh's New Home. When I'm finished reading, you're going to think about what I've read and retell to someone what I've said that happened in this story. Are you ready? Look at the picture as I read. Josh's New Home. Josh lives in a little hole in the alley wall. He wants to make his rat hole the coziest and most inviting rat hole in the alley. So he's been collecting items from the alley trash cans for weeks, using them to decorate his little home. Josh invites his friend Ben over to show him his newly decorated rat hole. Wow, Ben says as he walks into his den. This looks great. You even have a rug. And a bed, says Ben. Yes, says Josh. I stuffed some cotton balls into a mitten. It's very comfortable. Josh and Ben sit in the den and they chat. They talk about the weather and their alley friends, and Josh offers Ben a snack. They just split a peanut and dipped it into a packet of jam Josh found. May I have a drink? Asks Ben. Of course. Here's some water, Josh says, as he hands Ben a plastic water bottle top he uses as a cup. But Ben drops the cup and spills it all over the rug. Oh no, says Ben. I'm so sorry. You've worked so hard to decorate your place and now I've made a mess. I decorated my rat hole so I could share it with my friends, said Josh. I wouldn't even care if you got sticky jam all over the floor. I'm happy to share my home. Ben and Josh sat back down and continued to enjoy their snack and each other's company. I hope you enjoyed the story of Josh's new home. Let's recall some of the things that happened in the story. What things has Josh put into his home? Can you remember what things he put in there? Good. A rug, a mitten full of cotton for his bed. Excellent. Who did Josh invite to his new home? What was his friend's name? Do you remember? Ben. What great recall. Excellent job. Now let's have a comprehension conversation about the vocabulary and the language that was used in that story, Josh's new home. Read the question with me if you can. In the story, it said that Josh wanted to make his rat hole the coziest and most inviting rat hole in the alley. What does coziest mean? Can you tell someone in the room with you or whisper to me? What does coziest mean? You're right, snuggly, comfortable, all warm. What does most inviting mean? Most inviting. It's a little trickier. It means inviting people in, making people want to come. And Josh said that his rug was made from red fabric. Do you know what fabric is? What was that rug Josh was sitting on? Yeah, it's like a piece of material. My shirt is made from a fabric. Your pants are made from fabric. Furniture is made sometimes from fabric. Fabric is cloth. Good job. And finally, we're going to dig a little deeper into comprehending the story of Josh's new home. What does Ben think of Josh's new home? Whisper to someone in the room or to me. What did he think about it? Yeah, he thought it was pretty awesome. He thought it was pretty cool. How did you know that? What did Ben do or say that showed Josh he thought his house was awesome? What's that? Yeah, remember when he was like, wow, this place is awesome. Yeah, but then something happened. Why was Ben sorry when he spilled the water? You're right. He thought his friend would be angry. He thought he was ruining the new house. But Josh wasn't mad. Why isn't Josh mad? This is thinking a little further. Josh made his house for friends to come over, and it was only water. He was okay, and he knew that it was easy to clean up. Well, thank you for listening and enjoying the story with me. Now we're going to get ready to listen to you do some reading. Let's see if we can find out a little bit more about Josh's new home. Now we're getting ready for our work time learning targets. Here we're going to read the text, Josh's new home. You're going to need pages 47 and 48 from your work pack. Make sure that you have Josh's new home. We're going to move our finger under words as we read them, from left to right and from the top to the bottom. And we're even going to recognize and read many high-frequency words by sight. Hey, we do high-frequency words at the beginning of every lesson. This is going to be easy. Get your story, because here we go. Let's begin with a song. I think you know this one. Now we'll read a story with letters that we know. Get your finger ready to follow the flow. When we see a word, we'll stop and look and get our mouths ready to read this book. The story we're going to read today comes from Cycle 18. It's called Josh's New Home. It goes along with the story that I told you earlier about Josh's new home. You'll find the story in your work pack, page 47 and 48, that you received from DPSCD or printed online. We're going to read the story, first listening to me read it to you. Please notice all the high-frequency words that I read in this story. And then we'll read it again together. Are you ready to listen? Here we go. Josh's new home. Right there on the cover, I see Josh and his friend Ben sitting on that piece of fabric. The rug is red. Ben can see a bed. Ben is by the bed. Josh and Ben sit and chat in the den. Josh fed Ben a nut and jam. The rug is wet. Oh, I remember when that happened in the story. Do you? I hope you enjoyed it. Now, let's get ready to read together. Before we read together, let's take a look back at the first page of your story. Let's look at that first sentence that's in the story. I'm looking for a certain word, and it has some certain sounds. Let's look at the last word in that sentence. Do you see the first letter in that word? It's the letter R. R makes the R sound. Look at the last letter in that word. It's the letter D. D makes the D sound. What is the vowel in the middle of the word? It's the letter E. You're right. Who knows what sound E makes? Eh. Very good, like elephant. Eh. Let's put those three sounds together. R, eh, d. Let's blend them. Red. Excellent job. Whenever you see a word you may not know, don't forget to try to blend that word together. Good job, boys and girls. Let's take a look at what we're going to do next. We're going to take a look and try to find the sight words that were in our story. I'm going to give you some time to reread the story, and as you do, highlight those high-frequency words that you know, as I've done on these pages in this book. Do your best. Now let's get ready to read together. You'll see many high-frequency words as we continue to read. Get your reading finger out. It's a good way to make sure you're following along. Let's start with the title. Here we go. Josh's new home. The first page, page 2. The rug is red. Ben can see a bed. Page 4. Ben is by the bed. Josh and Ben sit and chat in the den. Great reading. Page 6. Josh fed Ben a nut and jam. Ready? Read. The rug is wet. Excellent job, boys and girls. It's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. It's time to practice what we've learned. It's time to go to work. You did such an awesome job reading your story. I am so proud of you. Now let's take a look at doing some work on your own. In your activity packet that you received for distance learning, you have page 50 that has 5 questions that we want you to take a look at today. Do you have your sheet? Let's take a look. Question 1. What color was the rug? Do you remember? Circle your answer. Question 2. Ben was by the blank. What was Ben by? Can you circle the picture that shows me what Ben was by? If you don't remember, back up in the video and take a look again, or just look back at your decodable. You might see a little clue. Question 3. What does the word chat mean? Circle your answer. Look at the pictures and pick which one means chat. Question 4. Josh fed Ben. Remember when they ate? Josh fed Ben blank and blank. What did Josh give his friend Ben to eat? And what did they dip it in? See if you can read the answers or ask someone at home for help. If you can't remember, look back in the story. And question 5. Find someone to retell the story to. See if you can look at the pictures and tell what happened in the story. If you can't quite remember, go back and look at the videos again. But I know you'll remember. Excellent job today. I am so proud of you. What a great job you did today. Let me give you a little cheer. Ole, 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 hooray! You did awesome. I'm so proud of you. Pat on the back, sticker on your forehead. Great job. As we wrap up today's lesson, I want you to think with me about all the things we learned. And let's see if we can answer this question. What did you do today that is helping you become a more proficient reader? Who can share with me? What'd you learn today? Yes, you're right. One more thing. Today we learned about vowels. We learned some high frequency words review. We blended words together and we read a decodable that was called what? Josh's New Home. Excellent job. I'm so proud of you. I can't wait to see you again. Thank you so much and have a great night.